Good morning, good morning, good morning. October 11th. We are getting through the end of the year, people, in the fourth quarter. Okay, we have a lot to cover this morning. So, if you have not been following the Autumn Alignment Challenge, this is week number 4. If you would like to watch 1, 2, and 3, you can go to the website right there at the bottom, unbreakablewisdom.com, click watch or listen to the show, and you can catch up. And then click at the top, free stuff, and there are literally mini workbooks for every single week of the challenge, including this one, and they are all labeled. So all that is free to you. Grab it and rewatch the shows and help yourself get set up for a very successful end of year and 2026. The other thing is, big news, I turned the community to free. So the community that supports the show and my Teachable School is now free. And if you are inside the community, if you become a member of the community over on school, you will get all the recorded courses in my Teachable School for free, for absolutely free. So visit unbreakablewisdom.com, click the button that says join the elite community, and that will take you through to the school community, which you can join for absolutely free. This Wednesday night, I'm starting a 6-month live prosperity course, teaching live on October 15th, Wednesday evening. And then next Saturday after the show will be the start of the monthly coaching and accountability group that will take place for 1 hour after the show inside the school community every single month going forward. So I turned it all free. It is all free. So just go to the unbreakablewisdom.com, click join the community, get into the community, and then inside the community, you'll get a code. You can get all of my recorded courses over on Teachable for free. And you're in the community for free, where you can get support, where you can talk to us in real time, and where you can watch me teaching prosperity live this Wednesday night, and where you can get yourself into a coaching and accountability group with other people that watch this show on Saturday mornings once a month. So that's the big news. Everything is now free. I am going back to coaching high performance individuals, and I am not going to be selling the little stuff. I am just creating all those little things for you guys for free to help you grow, to help you increase your revenues, to help you get the jobs that you want, to live the lives that you want. Free, 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 free. Go there, click join the community, get inside the community. Okay, that's that. This morning we're going to talk about ceilings that you set for yourself unwittingly, and we're going to talk about how to have great holidays, how to set yourself up to have great holidays, because often some of us dread the holiday season because it means that a lot of old stories start cycling back, right? People have a lot of holiday memories. Sometimes they're good, sometimes not so good. First of all, I want to talk to you about dismantling ceilings that you've imposed on yourself without knowing it, okay? What happens is you make up a story, or you have a particular conversation. Let's use your job as an example. You're in a job and you, let's say you're offered a promotion, or you have a chance to go for a promotion and you don't want it or you don't get it. Then you make up a story about what's possible. So you might say to yourself, oh, I'm not really worth the promotion. I'm not really qualified for the promotion. It wasn't meant to be. Or you make up a story that you didn't really need it or want it anyway. So you start telling yourself a story, and it's not so prevalent that you notice it. It's like you make a decision about something, and that has a whole conversation in your head attached to it. And then you start living as if that's the truth about you. And then what you end up doing is making this place where you can't go any further than that, because you are living inside of a conversation that is limiting you. And it's insidious because it's not like you're walking around complaining or bitching or being, feeling persecuted. It's like something occurred. You made a decision about that. You made up a conversation and a rhetoric and a script that goes behind the decision. And that creates a ceiling for you somehow. I promise you, everybody's got one or two of these going on. It could be in regards to relationship. It could be in regards to career. It could be in regards to your business. It could be in regards to your income. It could be in regards to how you handle your debt. It's in there somewhere. So this week, I really want you to look. I want you to look at where you decided that good enough was good enough. And we've talked about that part before. We talked about complacency in Autumn Alignment Week 1. Where did you decide that something is okay? It's not terrible. It's okay. It's not that bad. Really. He's not that bad. She's not that bad. I make enough money. I don't need a lot. Where do you have that kind of conversation that has actually turned into a ceiling for you and you're not seeing it? Because the truth is, you could make as much money as you want. You could have the best relationship that you've ever had. You could buy whatever house you want. You can drive whatever car you want. You can have whatever friends you want. You are the only thing that's in the way of all of that. It's your bullshit stories. It's the rhetoric that you're feeding yourself. And then you believe it. You believe it. People pay me thousands of dollars to shatter this stuff for them. And I'm shattering it. I want to shatter it for you as part of a public service, because the limitation that you have, the ceiling that you're hitting, is put there by you, and you're missing it. You're missing how you bought into the rhetoric or bought into the conversation or told yourself a story, and then you made it the truth. You told the story, you invested some time and energy into the story, and then that story became the truth about you. And now it's a ceiling. And now you can't rise above that. So I want you to, if you're willing, if you'd like to see something different for 2026 in your life, I invite you to start looking to see where you made a ceiling for yourself that you are not recognizing. Okay. Also, I want you to remember that you get to reinvent yourself as many times as you want, as often as you want. You get to reinvent yourself. There's no limit on the amount of times that you can reinvent yourself. And you're never too old or too young, and it's never too late. Language can be a limiting factor for people, and they don't recognize that everything that comes out of their mouth goes forward to make a brick to build their future. And so we walk around just word vomiting, not really paying attention to what's being said. And those words are creating what comes next for us. They are creating our future. Your language has the power to make or break you. Truly. That's where it starts. Thoughts, language, feeling, action, it goes like that. So really, you have to become a detective in your own life and start looking at, like, okay, how come I believe that? How come I think I can't do that? Where did that story come from? What's going on there? And dig into all of that a little bit. I think you'll be interested to see what you find. Let's talk about, in regards to the holidays now, as we move into that conversation, let's first talk about, who are you hanging out with? What tables are you sitting at? You'll see that I posted this morning on the public page, when you sit at a table with people that are working on healing themselves and obliterating generational trauma, the conversations are different. When you start sitting at the table with people who are working on themselves and looking at their own bullshit excuses and wanting to move past that and wanting to be better versions of themselves, those are different conversations than the people just sitting around complaining and bitching about everybody and everything. It's a much more elevated conversation to sit at a table of people that want to do something different, that want to be the game changers in their own life. Completely different group of folks, completely different conversations. So as you think about where you want to spend your holidays and your celebration time, besides the fact of the time that you have to spend with family, where else will you put yourself this holiday season? And what kind of conversations will there be? What kind of conversations? Will there be conversations about what's possible for 2026? Will there be conversations about the gratitude that you have for everything that you learned in 2025? Or will it be conversations about all the things that went wrong in 2025 and all the ways that people didn't get what they thought and they're blaming someone else for that? If you didn't get the result that you wanted for 2025 so far, A, you still have time to produce the result, and B, it's nobody's fault. The responsibility always lies here, always. And I know some people will argue that, and that's fine. Argue away. In order to have the holiday season that you want to have, you first have to look at where you're going to be putting yourself. Whose tables are you going to be sitting at? And what will be the kind of conversations going on there? Because the truth is, even if you have to go into a situation where the people are primarily negative, you don't have to engage and you don't have to buy into that. And you can be a conversation for the good and for gratitude and for what's working. And sometimes all it takes is one person in the middle of that to change the whole conversation. And then it becomes enlivening for everyone, not just for you. In order to have the holidays that you want, you got to do a little bit of work ahead of time. So I've invited you, again, there are free worksheets. This one's a big one. This one's 9 pages for this week, because there's stuff in here about shattering those ceilings that you've created for yourself and having the holidays that you want, and takes you through some exercises in order to make that true for you. Again, to get all these free work, these are all little groups of worksheets. They're going along with the Autumn Alignment Challenge. We started at week 1. We're on week 4 right here. Unbreakablewisdom.com. You can watch the old shows. You can print, click the free stuff tab. You can print all the worksheets. And joining our elite community is now free. You join the community free. You can come to my live prosperity course this Wednesday night that I'll be teaching once a month. And next Saturday after the show, you can also join our goals and accountability group. You have to get into the community though. So unbreakablewisdom.com, click join the community, and it's free. I turned it all to free so you can jump in. All right. So, ideal holiday season when you're living your highest and best life, writing out what that looks like, actually taking the time to write yourself. One of the tools I teach is glory story, right? Writing out a paragraph or 2 or 3 or 4 about the way that you want something to turn out, as if it already turned out that way. Why this is powerful is because as you write out the holiday season as if it already happened and happened the way that you want it to, You start to feel better about it. You start to think in terms of how you want it to be. And all that is powerful because it changes the language that you have around the whole situation, and it changes how you feel about the whole situation, and that will change your outcome. The way that you change outcomes is you start changing here first. That changing your thoughts and words creates new feelings, which we've talked about this before, that your feelings are your vibratory magnet, right? How I feel, I'm attracting experiences that match how I feel. So the higher I can elevate my feelings, the way that I feel, the higher the experience that I attract. So in order to have holidays the way that you want them to be, the first step is to actually write out how you want that to happen. All those prompts are in the worksheets, by the way. And then the second thing is a series of questions to ask yourself. What are you no longer available for this holiday season? Maybe you're no longer available for those relatives to keep complaining to you. Maybe you are no longer available to watch Uncle Charlie drink too much and be obnoxious. Maybe you're just going to decide, I'm no longer available for that. I'm no longer available for my mother or father that's always making me wrong and always telling me what is the matter with me. I'm not available for that anymore. And then you get to decide, how are you going to navigate that? Will you shorten the time that you spend? Will you just refuse to engage? Will you refuse to get reactivated? Will you instead hold yourself steady in a peaceful place and respond to people versus react to their rhetoric? There is no faster way to get reactivated than to put yourself in the middle of a dysfunctional family situation and just watch it go. So if you can start thinking this through now, because it's only October, if you start doing some of this work now, you can actually map out the holiday season so that it could be the best one you've ever had. It's possible. Anything is possible. Another question to look at, what are you saying no to that drains you during the holiday season? Is it endless parties that you feel obligated to go to? Is it endless conversations? Is it showing up in places that you don't really want to be and that causes you a lot of stress and anxiety? It's okay to say no. It is okay to have boundaries. It is all right to protect yourself and your peace and your kids and your spouse, whatever. That's okay. You're allowed to do that. You are allowed to take care of yourself first. What are you saying yes to for the holiday season that aligns with what you've become? Maybe it's getting together with like-minded people. Maybe it's joining us for the prosperity classes that will be live inside the community. Maybe it's taking yourself Christmas shopping without having to go with anyone else. And the last question, what conversations or expectations do you need to reset with others now before the season begins? And I think this one's really important. So it could be that you have allowed family members or friends to go past boundaries with you. Or maybe there are no boundaries. Or maybe it's all just a hot mess. You have the opportunity right now to start setting this up so that you don't have to roll into the rest of the year. You don't have to finish the year in angst and anxiety. You could actually finish the year strong by talking to people and setting up expectations. So what conversations need to be had right now and what expectations need to be set so that you feel like this could be the best holiday that you've ever had? I promise you, everybody has a fair amount of stress about the holidays, which is why I wanted to tackle this conversation now on October 11th, because it is possible to set yourself up both financially and emotionally to not repeat old patterns for the holidays. It is very possible. There's just some work that you have to do. So many people overspend during the holidays. They stress themselves out trying to please other people and trying to rearrange themselves in ways that don't really work for them anymore. And they just figure they'll suck it up and go do the thing. Every time you do that, it takes energy away from you. The only thing that you really can't get back is time. Time is your most precious resource. So I'd love for you to be more intentional. I need coffee. I'd love for you to be more intentional about where you're going to spend your time this holiday season and with whom and what that's going to look like. You really can set it all up for yourself. You can do the work, you can write it out, you can make some affirmations about it, and you can be diligent and consistent in spending a little bit of time every day to energetically set the holiday season up the way that you want it to be. This is what I teach my clients often in business negotiations and in business dealings, right? And this is what high performance trainers do with people that win the Olympics and excuse me, are high performing, football players and all that. They spend a fair amount of time with these people so that the athlete can mentally set up the outcome that they want to see happen. And that happens with high performers. When I have clients that are purchasing a company or changing something major or going into making a huge change in their team or their staff, like we do a fair amount of work at the beginning on what that outcome ought to be, how they want that outcome to look. People that are making millions of dollars, because most of my clients are all of my clients are 6, 7, and 8-figure earners. Okay. So they are performing at a very high level. They spend a fair amount of time every day setting up their day and then setting up how things will occur for them as the weeks and months go on. We call it strategic planning, right? There's a reason for that. What you spend your time focusing on, that's what you will create. So if you spend your time with people that complain all the time, or you're going to put yourself in dysfunctional situations for the holidays, you will probably have holidays like you've always had. I'm offering you in this conversation an opportunity to do something different. I'm offering you an opportunity to be the game changer for yourself. I have also, as I said, turned the entire community free. And if you go into the community, it's free. And then you get all my Teachable courses for free. So literally, if you are struggling right now in your life and everything is turning to shit, you can come into this community and there's a whole framework there that will support you, and it's absolutely free to you. And this is because I see that the world really needs the help right now. And I am a high performance coach and consultant and strategist. And that is really like my bigger work. And this show and everything that I've done through here has always been my giveaway. It's always been my give back. And I realized that it still needs to be. That's my give back. This is my little ministry, if you will. This is how I'm helping the world. This is how I'm putting good content out there to help you. And this is why I created a community and just made it free. Okay? So just to recap the entire show here, we are looking at the ceilings that your language has somehow created for you. Looking at how have you created a ceiling for yourself that you don't even see. Where are you stuck or stopped and you think that is okay. You think you've gone as far with something as you can go? Where are those places? Because I guarantee you that in there somewhere is a ceiling that you made for yourself that you don't even know exists, that you're not even aware of. And then who are you sitting at tables with? Are you sitting with people, meaning are you in groups of people and in conversations where people are working on themselves and talking about what's working and talking about how they can become better people? Or are you hanging out with people and sitting at tables where everyone's bitching, complaining, and whining? You get to reinvent yourself at any moment as many times as you want. And the last part of our conversation this morning was about the holidays and how you can really set yourself up for the kind of holidays that you dreamed about. The holidays where you get to relax and reset and have fun and be rejuvenated and restored, instead of holidays that stress you out and make you anxious and make you dread the holidays. I don't want you to have those kind of holidays. I want this year to be different for you, for all of us. I want the holidays to be a huge celebration this year. And everything I've talked about this morning helps to get you there. Additionally, again, there are free worksheets. Go to unbreakablewisdom.com, click free stuff, and all the worksheets are there from every week of autumn alignment so far. Okay? So I invite you again into the community. It is a place where there are people inside the community that have been watching this show for 7, 8, 9 years. They've been working on themselves. We all want to help you. We want to help you be better. The community is free. I will be teaching a live prosperity class Wednesday night, October 15th at 7 p.m. inside the community. And on October 18th, we will have a free goals and accountability group inside the community. So you have to get inside the community. Go to unbreakablewisdom.com, click join the elite community, and you'll get to the page and you'll go through and you're in there for free. Okay. I hope you have a great week. And really, really, if you've watched the whole show or you're watching the show, print the worksheets, do the work. Nothing's going to change unless you change something. Do something different. For the love of God, do something different. I am now giving you all the tools for free, including my time twice a month for free. By the way, I post in the community every single day, 7 days a week. So that's your place to talk to me, to get help from all of us, to make new friends that will help you grow. Okay? I couldn't make it any easier for you. It's free. Go, do the thing, print the worksheets, do the work, have a different life. The only person in your way is you. And you can change that. Some of you struggle with the winter, so get inside the community and we will support you in there. And maybe we'll do some movie nights, where we'll have a watch party or something. Maybe we'll do some fun stuff to keep people inspired for the winter. But you gotta take the first step. You gotta get in there with us. All right, have a great week. Print the worksheets. See you soon.